Jai Guru Ma Bhagavan, Jai Guru Ma Bhagavan.
Okay, Jai Ma Swamiji.
Jai Ma.
In which year did you meet Ma and how old were you?
I met Ma on 2nd February 51, 51. And I was 36 years old at that time.
Okay.
Hmm?
Did you have any spiritual inclination before?
Yes,
you
I
met
had
Ma?
already.
How did you
I had already 15 years meditation, and I was 5 years with a guru, French guru, without meeting, before meeting Ma. Yeah.
Okay.
There was some background. There was.
So how did you come to India? You were in France, right?
I was in France. You see.
How did you come to India and how did you get to know about Ma?
You know, I came to India. I had one guru, but I felt that he was an intellectual more, that he cannot give me the inner awakening. So I wanted to go to India to find somebody who can give me the inner awakening.
Okay.
So my first idea was to see Ramana Maharshi. I've read the book of Brunton. You read the book of Brunton?
Yes.
So I thought he gave somebody to Paul Brunton, he may give it to me. But unfortunately, he died shortly before I came. So I thought anyhow, he has died, but Aurobindo remained. You remember?
Yes.
Aurobindo remained. So my boat, we used to go by boat at that time, not by plane. So my boat had to start on the 12th December. A few days before my boat started, I saw a small note in the newspaper, Aurobindo had died. So I had no aim where to go, I didn't know where to go. So I thought anyhow, I already booked my thing, I will go. And I had a lot of accommodation for Buddhist people. So I went first to Ceylon, Sri Lanka. This was Ceylon. And I went in Buddhist places. I stood in a monastery in Bangkok. Then from Sri Lanka, I came to India. Then I wanted to make a tour from Madras to Lord. I went to Pondicherry, this is the Madras monastery. And in Pondicherry I met one Canadian. This Canadian lady had done the other way around. She came from French talking. So she told me, if you cross Benares, you go to Sri Ma Anandamayi. I thought, who is Ma Anandamayi? So it was a lady saying, you know, my idea of the Guru, what an old man with a wild beard. So I thought, oh, English, Guru, it didn't come in my idea. I could have a woman to do. So when I came, you remember Claude de Vautrin, Potolda, you remember? Potolda, So I had an introduction for Potolda, but I didn't know him. He was not there, so I gave a letter to his nephew. And his nephew brought me to him. His nephew Potolda brought me to him. And I would not have asked to see her, but when I came, she came out from the Kanyapit. Just out of the Kanyapit. And then she looked at me, you see. She talked in Bengali, of course. He said he was interested in me. And then the only thing I remember, she told him, Acha hai, balo hai, balo. Balo.
How did you feel the first time you met her? Did you have any experience or did you
See, then the first sight, it was something strange in me. Although I intended to go immediately, I thought, let me stay a little more. Something strange I felt. But what is remarkable, you see, people told me, oh yes, she's so beautiful, she attracted you. I didn't notice her beauty at all. Yeah? Me, what was my impression? So I describe it in the following way. I say, suppose you have a keg full of powder, gunpowder. Somebody throw a match in it. Nothing happened in the moment. but you know something strong is going to happen.
Oh my God.
Huh? So I felt something going to happen. So I was saying Clark Hotel. You know where the Clark Hotel?
Yes.
So I went to the Clark Hotel after I met Ma. I stood at the kirtan with this time was wonderful kirtan. And when I was in Clark Hotel, so the cake power exploded. Oh, it was something unimaginable, you see, some unearthly bliss, you see, a bliss I've never felt in my life, some bliss, unearthly bliss. And the strange thing in it is that in this bliss, I came to find a real guru, you see. In this bliss, there was the absolute conviction that this person you have met is the guru you have come to look for. Although I didn't know anything about her. So next morning, I came to Ma. I told her, can I stay in your ashram? I didn't want more to go to a hotel. So I told yes. And since I'm in the organization, since 3rd February, I met her on 2nd February, and 3rd February she permitted me to stay in the ashram.
So you left everything, whatever you had
No, you know, the first thing I thought, the first idea was, it may be some emotional thing. So I didn't cancel my boat. I told them to postpone it for a few months, you see, to take the next boat. But by and by the next boat was right to cancel.
Right.
And it was finished forever.
Since that time you are with Ma.
Since that time is Ma. So Ma told me this. She told me in a car, in a compartment. You know, she was traveling 3 days here, 3 days here. Sometimes we were the whole night with her. So I could discover who she was. So whatever I knew about Ma was my own experience, not from books or people say. I came with a tabula rasa. You know tabula rasa?
Yes.
I came from Ma. I didn't know at all who she was. And myself I discovered. And I discovered that she was an extraordinarily great being, which I never met anywhere, by my own. So in the beginning, you know, I was in a compartment, so she was sleeping down, and I had upper berth. When I understood who she was, I didn't want to sleep about her. I slept at her feet.
Yes. True. What would you tell people who've never met Ma and who have never experienced this kind of thing?
Yeah.
How would you introduce them to Ma? What would you tell them? Because for them, they would probably say, we've met this yogi or this Mahatma, and they've also gone through that particular kind of bliss where they feel that, okay, this is the final thing or this is the absolute
Wait,
thing.
it's not a
And yet
thing.
we are saying,
It
no,
takes
that is not
time,
absolute,
yeah, it
but
takes
Ma
time.
is.
Yeah.
So how do you differentiate the two? How do you tell them that, no, this is
You
the
tell
depth-
them that if they come with real devotion, Ma awakes divine love in the heart. That is the main thing. When this is awakened, then you start. That you can tell her. She has done it for many people. Not only this, but Ma, she used to do daily miracles, you see. That means changing an unbeliever in a religious man, changing a wicked man in a virtuous man. That was my daily miracle, you see. You want to story how I learned Hindi?
Yes.
It's an interesting story, yeah? So when I was with Ma in the beginning, I learned a little Sanskrit. So I knew the Devanagari script. That I knew, see? But Sanskrit I didn't know anything. So I tried to get a few words. So go to bazaar, atta, chini. That I knew. Atta, chini. That lasted 1 year. So after 1 year, about in January 52, Ma went to Rajgir, I think, Agyatras, you remember?
Yes.
You don't know, you can't remember. And she took me, this time I was her permanent companion. I went with her. It was Rajgir, yes? Yeah, I think it was Rajgir. So she took Agyatras, and nobody knew who she was.
Right.
We went in any place, once they thrown us out.
Right.
Finally people knew who she was. So they came from Patna, from everywhere. And then they put us in a nice dharmashala. So people asking questions at Ma in Hindi, and she was replying in Hindi, and I was looking. All of a sudden I understood what Ma was telling me. It was not finished. So in 54, 55, Ma told me to stay 1 year at Almora, to keep Maun in Almora, and to stay 1 year. I was supposed to keep Maun. I was allowed to talk when I go to Bazaar, not to write, it would have been stupid. Bazaar used to go once in 8 days or in 10 days. I used to allow to talk. So I was there up to April. Marjan Mutter was in Solan. You don't remember, you're too young for it. In Solan. So I asked the permission to go. I asked Swami to stay 1 year. So I got it written. Do you mean 1 year according to the moon or according to the sun? I wanted to go earlier. So no, according to the sun. Anyhow, when my year was finished, I didn't miss 1 day. I went straight to see Ma. So I was so eager to see her. When I came to Solan, I didn't take bath, nothing. I got rushed in a room, make a pranam, and starting talking. So Ma looked at me in amazement. ये क्या है? You know Hindi, huh? ये क्या है? तुम तो मौनी था? तुम हिंदू बिल्कुल साफ बोलते? I was talking Hindu fluently. Now, the proof that it was not a flattery. Shortly later, I was by bus, I don't remember. I was from Almora going to see somebody. Near me, there was an Indian, an ordinary Indian. He was talking a long travel was. You want something? Was an Indian near me. And we talked a long conversation in Hindi. I was fluent in Hindi. So after, say, 1 hour more, he looked at me. He told me, are you foreign? Oh, you have an accent. That means that my Hindi, measure, I didn't do anything.
Would you call this Ma's Leela?
I think so, yes. No, what is possible, Ma's Leela, of course, that she brought on surface some skala from previous life.
I see.
I may have been in India, and knowing Hindi, and it was there in the unconscious mind, and she may have brought it herself.
And how do you react? You know, there is a lot of stuff going on in the ashram that you are an Indian and you are not an Indian, that you are a foreigner and, you know, foreigners are not allowed this and that. How did you cope up with that? And why should it be like that? Because I don't think personally that Ma has any niyams, any rules. Then why are these rules applicable for foreigners?
You see, in the beginning, I had several hours talk with Ma.
Yes.
She explained me the whole thing.
Please explain to us.
Yeah, she explained me the whole thing. In Vindhyachal, I was alone with her. Somebody interpreted, this time I didn't know enough. So she told me following. She told that when she was younger, she didn't mind, it comes in? She didn't mind all this whole. Should I talk this out?
That's okay.
It comes?
Shall we just check this out?
Check it if it comes. So Ma told me that in the early years she didn't observe any of this whole. And actually she was eating fish and sometimes meat even. And one day she wanted to eat with the dog even. With the dog, but people didn't let her eat. No, she was after some time when people starting assembling around her. You know, that was the Bangladesh Brahmin, very orthodox. But she, her mother, you knew Neeta Mehta? You know. So the group assembled her and told her, Ma, we consider you as Kali incarnate, you know, it's Manusha Kali. She's Manusha Kali. Now whatever you eat becomes holy, becomes prasad. It's not allowed to throw it away, you have to eat it. Now suppose you eat impure food. So we also will have to eat impure food. It's a good argument. It's an argument. So she didn't answer immediately. She told, let us see what will happen in the following days. So the following day, the next day, I don't remember what she told me, one big pandit came. I guess it must be in Govinath Kaviraj, but she didn't tell me the name. So she asked him about it. So the Pandit told her, we are in Kali Yuga now. People are not capable to do anything, so they need some discipline. And following the school will give them some discipline, force them to awareness, to be careful. He told for the Kali Yuga it's a good thing. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Today when I see this kind of distinction between foreigners and Indians, that if Indians are sitting, foreigners are not allowed to sit right next to them, it bothers me.
Yeah, but you see, it is, I know foreigner well, I know Indian well. You see, it is a totally different civilization. They should not mix together.
And you are happy with that.
Yeah, I think it's all right. It is a civilization so different, you see. The way of thinking, only say one detail, sexual morality. What is horrible for Indian is daily life for Westerners. So sooner or later, if they contact with them, it will affect them. But there's no interest to mix. You follow me? Now another story about Ma. Ordering the beings was in Solang, you see. So I came, this was after this. I was also special type, this time. I came straight in Ma's room. I told Ma, you have put a boundary against Western. I could have straight on. So she took a grand look. She was standing, a grand look. And she told me, there's no question of boundary. I and you are one. She told me this, in showing her, her body. The interpreter told me a sadi, but she meant her body. This is only an appearance. I'm all pervading, she told me. That was the reply. What Ma is. She is the Supreme Being, you see? The Supreme Being can take any form of anointing. This is the Supreme Being. I tell you by my own experience, personal experience, you see? You know, when you start sadhana, real sadhana, when you become a sadhaka, the first step is to open the nadis. You know what are the nadis? The nadis. Now, if you are alone, it takes you long years work to open the nadi, to clean them up. Ma has done it with me in a trice, just sitting in front of her. In front of her. And much more, I think I didn't see any Mahatma was able to do it. In his effort of concentration, but he was often talking with people, without any effort. And she could also, when something got wrong, she could close it at will. That is a sign of greatness. When the Guru opened, actually opened the Nadi, and he opened some higher chakra, you see, you are not the same person. You are quite a different person. The main thing is that you gain intensity. Everything is very intense. You get 10 times more intensity. So one should be very careful not to get angry, avoid sexual. You see, during 7-8 years, I didn't look at a woman. I didn't talk with a woman during this period of training. One must be extremely careful. Yeah. A sadhu, real sadhu or a sadhu, as you call him. A sadhu is a man who has experience of sad, of the truth, sadhu, the experience of truth. The sannyasi, that is a Brahmin, that is the fourth stage of life. You know the fourth stage of life. So a Brahmin or a higher caste, when you have reached the four stages of life, then you take sannyas. That means you renounce to everything. Even to ritual, you know. A Brahmin he cannot do more his ritual. I talk of the real one. Baiji, yes, Baiji was the real sannyasi. It's a real renunciation. You can put it down, yeah. So, yeah. You know, their rules is your first stage of Naishtik, you know. That means if somebody has enough Vairagya renunciation, he doesn't need to go to the first stage of life. He can take immediately the stage which is called Naishtik Brahmacharya. That he makes the vow of Brahmacharya, he can put on Gerua, but he's
Like an eternal brahmacharya.
eternal Brahmacharya, yes. But still he has a lot to do puja. He is not broken completely. It's a Naishtik.
What is the difference between a sannyasi, a mahatma, and a yogi?
The yoga. You see, this thing may interconnect. It means a yogi may be a sannyasi, and a mahatma may be a yogi.
Right. What I need to know is how would you differentiate that this is a mahatma and this is a yogi?
Yogi usually are people who practice Patanjali yoga, you know, Ashtanga yoga, who do the different stages, Patanjali yoga, who do dhyan, samadhi, up to samadhi, they are yogi. Called yogi. Yeah, I want to tell you about Vishuddhananda. No, Vishuddhananda, he used to do this miracle. He told it is Surya Vidya. He told it is not a miracle. Surya Vidya. So Ma went to see him once. See? So Ma told him, Baba, it's not enough Maya, you create a new Maya.
Really? She said that? My goodness, really?
Ma told him. That I heard. I was not present, but I heard about it. Okay? Though I've heard that Vishuddhananda told Ma, you know, I know the other thing also. I know all of the other things. But I saw them this, that I saw them what I want to see, that I can show them later what I want to give them. It will be a present, that he was telling, he was told this. It's Surya Vidya, yeah, Vishuddhananda.
What would you call a paramahansa?
Paramahansa, that is also, you know, in the scripture, in Narada. You have read Narada Upanishad? Where it gives different type of sannyasi. We call people Paramahansa. They are not Paramahansa. I thought that's the real Paramahansa. The real Paramahansa. The real Paramahansa is somebody who is not bound by any rule.
But isn't it true for a sannyasi also?
No. There are different stages of sannyasi.
Now my question is, since Ma is Mahashakti and beyond material avatar, how can that be manifested
In Ma, you see, what is my personal idea? What happened with Ma? You see, Ma, she had no volition. She was ever established in this. Now, actually she has taught something to Baiji in this world. You see, some group of people, I suppose, Bengali, had a strong yearning that divine should come back to establish the Dharma. The Dharma in the way the Dharma works, Indian Orthodoxy. They wanted Didima and all these people now. They had a very strong wish that divine should come down and establish, or to take it, tell it more clearly, the old Vedic tradition. Not all Vedic tradition, all beauty. It's very beautiful. So I think my idea, personal idea, is that Ma came down for this, to establish the old Vedic tradition. And it's not revolution, it was about a call from but it was waning completely. You know about it. It was vanishing completely.
Do you think she came only for selected few people, or she came for all mankind?
No, she came for all mankind, to lead them to Brahmagyan. But all great sages have a special mission. She came by all great sages to awaken people to the divine. But they have a special mission. The special mission, my personal opinion is to make a stronghold after all Vedic tradition. And you can see it. Yeah.
Gopinath ji says that Ma is beyond even the plenary of love. It is a complete love.
He's talking. Not subject to limitation, but he takes the limitation you project on him. The devotee.
Limitation within us.
Yeah, we project the limitation and she responds in that way. But basically, the Supreme Divine is no limitation. Basically. You know, she had no limitation in the early years, you see. So she could fast 3 months without reducing, she could reduce her body. You know, you read about it. But I think in the later years she's left all this. To do all this trance, this dancing. Yeah. When I came it was finished, you see. She didn't do it. She used to do what people expected from her. People were around her. You know, the mistake we made is to confuse mind and the body. What is it mean? The body was just an instrument, you see. You say it comes to mind. You mean mind and body. But not for mind and body. It's an instrument. The divine consciousness. I think every day I'm gone away from they were complaining when sometimes I was talking and complaining that I
People who have been blessed are at different levels or even no level of spirituality. Some put in intensive effort in sadhana and some put in minimal effort or no effort. How will they fare?
How will they?
How will they fare? It's like some people who are really into it is fun.
Yeah.
Some people say, "Ma hai na, sab kar le." Some people actually dislike it.
You know, to be with Ma doesn't mean only to be with Ma physically. It means to have real contact. You know, I think it was Arnaud Desjardins, Arnaud Desjardins asked to Ma, people who live so near to you, they must have a special blessing. Ma didn't tell anything. She told me flies. It's not enough to be near physically.
I'm not saying that.
Those who have really a contact, then
What we are saying is some are intensive in their effort in sadhana and some are taking minimal effort. Will some have to take more lives and some less or, some more and some no more and is it like that?
I think so.
Or Purusharth?
I think it is both Purusharth and Kripa. No, actually I told to several people, I didn't hear it, but I heard to several people that people who had been connected with her won't have the maximum free life to live. You know.
This sounds addiction.
Yeah.
I have read in Gopinath's.
Yeah. No, that means, Diksha means real connection. See? Yes, a real connection. Mr. Sadhguru, you are what is called, the Buddhist of the in the karma, Sotapati. You heard about it? Once you are in the karma, you cannot go back. That is a real difference.
I am in the current and
Yeah.
everybody else. I'm not talking about you only.
You cannot go back. You know, it is when, I don't know, we've been in the hills, on the rivers, we come down from the hills, on the bank of the river, there are big log of wood, you've seen it? They can stay in eternity. But when you push them in the water, they will go. But they can't go back. That is, though it's been put in the garden, can't go back. You see, I was in Rambat last Swami Rambat, so I asked him, what do you think about Krishna? So he told me, he was very nice and laughing. He told me, you see, there are people who have gone on the terrace as the house with a ladder. When they are on the ladder, they throw away the ladder. And they say, come, there's no need of ladder. Well, that is Krishna Murti. He has taken the ladder, and take up baby, you don't need a ladder.
True, that's what the confusion is all the time. That he talks from that.
He talked on the high level
How
way.
does one go there?
Yeah, one every year in Rajghat, you know. But I had never an idea to go to see him. So once there was one lady, Teres Broth, a well-known lady, in the society. She has written very interesting things. She told me, I discovered that she wanted to see Krishnamurti. So we phoned to Rajaghat. He was still there, it was in March. So let us see for her, I wanted to see her. So we went, 4 people of the ashram, to the Ganga. You see our ashram is Asighat, and he is in Rajaghat. We took a boat up to Rajaghat. And you know Atmananda, you heard about Atmananda? Atmananda was very close to him. Atmananda told him, be very careful, Krishnamurti. He doesn't like anything which is in tradition. You should not make him pranam. You should not offer him anything. He will get wild angry. So I went with this idea. But anyhow, you see my habit to offer him. I took some roses from the ashram and brought it. So we went there, and Krishnamurti in that time, he was observing, he was living in seclusion, and we could not talk with him. He was just walking on the garden there, and we could have darshan. So we thought it doesn't matter, we want only have darshan for him. So we went all four. Unfortunately, it was raining. So we thought it was raining, Krishnamurti won't come out. Yeah? So you get the bank? Huh? So anyhow, we sat on the bank. The room was there. We said, we are going back. We could not meet him. While we were a little waiting to go back, his secretary called down. Krishnamurti calls you up. So we went out in this room. It's very nice. Huh? He must have told him people as Campanamaya. So, as a force of habit, you see, out of reverie to make him pranam.
What did he say to that?
And I gave him the roses, out of habit. It's such reverence, especially the gesture he had made, you see, the stuff love, not to tell him go away, but to bring out in his room. So not only he didn't get angry, but he took the roses, I gave him much love. A few petals has fallen on the ground. He kicked down and picked up every petal lovingly. That is the Krishnamurti in private, you see. Huh? And when we went, he embraced us so, he accompanied us up to the door. Huh? It is Krishnamurti in private. And another time I heard his lecture, so he's very cold, distant in his lecture. Huh? It's not the same Krishnamurti. Huh?
What is meditation, Swami? If it is an attempt at self-knowledge, then one is being aware of one's conditioning and thereby being free.
Basic meditation is to know the mind and to still, to make the mind silence. That is all. Meditation, the aim of meditation, is to make the mind silent for the eternal divine. Is ever in you, ever present, but it is veiled to the movement of the mind. You see, like when you let your key fall in the lake, the movement of the wave, you cannot see what is about to. So if the movement of the mind are still, it appears from itself. It is the aim of meditation, that the mind becomes still, that the real can, the mind becomes still, that the real can appear from himself spontaneously. You cannot get it, you cannot catch the real. The aim of meditation is not to get realization. You cannot get realization. It must reveal from itself. The aim of meditation is negative, to remove the veil. You see? And the veil is due to the movement of the mind. And the basic movement of the mind are the negative movement. Calm, cool, globe, That is the basic. It's the first work to remove the basic obstacle, the movement of the mind, the agitation of the mind. Once this is removed, you have nothing to do, it will reveal itself spontaneously. But it is ever there. You follow me?
So tell us something more about what you experienced with monks. Tell us. You're very greedy.
You see, one cannot talk some personal experience, you see. But what I can tell you, a few things that I can tell you, you can talk with my distance. You see, you remember? In the beginning I didn't believe it. Though every time Neeta Mehta gave me through experience, she gave me one to experience, that she hear a distance what I say. I didn't believe it. So once I was in Benares, in the beginning I was extremely attached to her. I could not stay one day without being with her. So she wanted to win me away, you see. So she asked me to stay at Benares, and she used to come at least once a month in Benares. So one day, she went to Vindhyachal. You know the Vindhyachal? She went to Vindhyachal, and to take rest just. There was no reason, exact reason why, no date when she will come back, no time how long. So the next day or 2 days after, you know the ashram, you know? I was sitting on the upper veranda. So I was sitting on the upper veranda, and of course thinking of Ma. Supposedly doing meditation. So it came in my mind, just to play, to talk with Ma. So I started talking with Ma. I thought, oh Ma, it would be nice if you would come. Although I didn't mean it, I didn't think she can hear me. It didn't come in my idea. Oh Ma, it would be nice if you come. While I was telling this, I heard a soft voice in my ear, in Bengali. Very soft, like a whispering voice. You know Bengali a little? So it was Akashambad Nahoy. You know what it means? Ma, you've ever told this. Akashambad Nahoy. In this time I didn't know Bengali, but this I understood. And the rest was transmitted mentally. I will come tomorrow evening. Transmitted mentally. I thought it was my imagination. How can Ma hear me at 60 miles difference? Suppose even she hear me, why should take the trouble to reply? And why should it come special for me? I think just madness. So I took it out of my mind. Completely out of my mind. So the next evening, it was in winter, I was staying on the upper, second floor in the Benares house, eating or preparing my food. So I heard a voice from the Mukti Baba. You remember Mukti Baba? You were joking. You remember him?
Yes.
The voice of Mukti Baba. My Shetsen. You understand?
Okay.
So I thought this is a joke of Mukti Baba. How can Ma come? So after I had a second thought, after all, she may really have come. So I left everything, I rushed down. She had come actually. But she was very serious. I had hardly the time to make a pranam. She rushed into Kanyapi. Next morning she went away. And everybody tried to guess why did Ma come. That's the one. Nobody could find it out. One said for this, for I was only one who knew. But I didn't tell it.
Did you travel a lot with Ma?
Yeah, the whole time. Yeah. During 19 months without stop.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
How did you feel when she left for Ma?
It was terrible for me. It was terrible suffering.
Where were you at that time?
I went to see her at Dehradun. When she was 3 weeks before, when she was already quite ill. I know, medically I know this. You see? So when it was forbidden to go in a room, but I went anyhow. So she received me very kindly. I didn't want to talk with her, because I thought when she talks she's vomiting. I don't know, but she said she talked. So she has found out, once she gave me fruits, you see. It was 3 days puja. So once she gave me fruit, she gave me 3. So it was 3, one gives to an enemy. So I gave you 4.
Really? Why is it like that?
She told you. So she had taken the habit and she gave me fruits. So this time also, she took out 4 fruits and she gave it to me. So I went out, I stood at the door, looking at her, and she looked at me very, very long, very long time. And she gave me the impression, with great love, you see, she gave me the impression everything will be all right. So knowing Ma, I know Ma. We knew that she can get right. In a trice she can get right. Huh? We knew it. So I came back to the ashram. I thought from the medical point of view, it is the last days. Huh? But knowing Ma, the impression she gave me, I think she will come back for Durga Puja. I think to people, I thought to people. Huh? She will come back, but we waited for Durga Puja. Huh? And then we heard. It was a terrible thing hearing. Huh? Then I didn't believe it. I thought she may be in Somalia. Huh? Huh? I had told to people who were there that if it goes wrong, please inform me. I would have come immediately. But I get this secret. Huh? Huh? So it was very, very hard.
Now, you just said that I thought she was in Samadhi. Why would Ma go into Samadhi? So what
No,
was
she
that
may.
thing that she used to do?
Yeah, you're right. That's what she didn't do. But I thought this state of unconscious, may be kind of samadhi, and people were mistaken for this. But after I talked to people, I understood that really she had gone through a kind of process, which was physical death. After I understood it. So what I want to tell you with this story, that is the main thing, the most important thing. It is that the Guru, like Ma, when he gives you a lesson, you will say, I hear you at distance. You go to 1 year, it goes on to another year. But if she gives you by experience, you never forget. And the second lesson she gave me, first lesson, the second lesson she gave me in the same way, don't call the Guru unnecessarily. That severity, she was very severe. We should not call the Guru for nothing.
Not unnecessary.
Not unnecessary. These two lessons I got which I never forgot. Ma used to give lessons that way.
Swamiji, you've heard about a yog brush.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Like in the past life, some people say that yog brushed hua hoga, isliye wo reh gaya, karm reh gaye. You come back to fulfill those, and then suddenly one day you wake up.
So yoga
What is a
brush.
yog brush?
Yoga brush, that is Bhagavad Gita.
Yes.
Yoga brush are people who have done a lot of tapasya in the previous life, but due to some attachment, they could not go to realization. So they are reborn to taste this vasana they have. Once they've tasted the vasana, they start again the sadhana, and then they get saved. That is yoga master. Yoga master is usually a high advanced person. He's formed for yoga, for he had some vasana he could not conquer. He could not get rid of it. So he had to be reborn to taste this vasana. That is yoga master.
What is a Rishi Kanya? Rishi Kanya.
Rishi Kanya, a girl Rishi. There was in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there was Rishi Kanya, Gargi. You heard about Gargi? She was a Rishi Kanya. Me, she told me about the Rishi in previous life.
Really? When we do sadhana,
Yeah.
we are told to concentrate either on the Adya Chakra or the Anahata. Why is it that we have to concentrate? Because, people who are entering sadhana or who are about to begin sadhana, their kundalini is not open. None of the chakras are open. Then why these specific points have they been told to concentrate?
Usually the point to concentrate is the heart. It's on the head. But Ma was telling that people with a tendency to anger should not concentrate here. For it increases anger. She advised them to concentrate on the heart.
But out of all these chakras, why these two are given so much importance?
It's a support. It's support. But if you meditate on the lower chakra, it may wake some gross feelings. They are noble feelings. The heart and the intellect.
How does one come to Krama Mukti after meeting you? Like Sadhya Mukti, like people like you are Sadhya
Yeah.
Mukti.
Krama
But
Mukti.
Krama Mukti, where people of the world,
Yeah.
they want Mukti and Mukti both.
Mukti and Bhakti.
Both they want. So then how do they do Krama?
No, Krama Mukti is given to people, for example, Brahmin, who do Yagna. Huh? Or people, when you go to Kumbh Mela, you get Krama Mukti. Krama Mukti is progressive, you see. That means you go
Step by step.
you go step by step to the higher plane until you come to Brahmaloka. Sometimes you can go directly to Brahmaloka. Then you
Is
leave.
it that when you shed your body?
Huh?
Is it that when you shed your
When
body
you shed your body.
and you are sent up to the
Yeah,
higher
after the
realms,
death of the
and
body.
you're not sent back, those
Yeah.
situations are created for you there so that you can progress in your sadhana?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that Krama?
yeah, yeah.
So how does that happen once we meet Ma?
Huh?
After we've met Ma,
Yeah.
how does that happen?
You know,
How does
when
Ma
you have
create the situation?
when you have a guru like Sadguru, you have connected. In moment of death, the guru must appear before you. It is his duty and lead you away from you.
So it happens with everyone who's met Ma.
Everyone with a connection with me. Metma doesn't mean
No, met Ma means not just seeing
with
her,
a
but
you should
but
have.
has connected.
It is a law, it's a
What do you mean by connected with her? That is another
love, to have real love.
have real love.
Real love which is connection. Mark told once, you see, you must know me. Those who have loved this body, even once, can never more forget it. Whatever effort they may do to eradicate it. You know it, eh? It's yours to them, eh? Eh? So you have eternal connection, eh? Eh? Eh?
What would you like to tell people who would like to know Ma?
Would like to know more. First they should read some books, then sit at a samadhi, then talk with their close devotees. I know, especially foreigner, I know foreigner who get a close connection with Ma just to a photo. The connection is possible.
Anything you would like to tell us? Or some questions that I probably have forgotten.
Rishi, you should.
No. So, anything you'd like to talk about regarding Ma?
You know,
Anything you can think of.
you know, once they asked me to write an article, and you must have read it, Ma by devotee.
Yes.
I was very unwilling to.
Uh-huh.
Very unwilling. So I wrote in this time, even though I write only with a knife in the throat. I don't write at all. So I told, I've written then after article, I would have better to do like Kamarakant, you know Kamarakant?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Just to say ma, ma, ma. That's all. Ma, ma, ma.
How old are you today?
I am over 86.
That's
Oh.
good. My head. My head.
My head over.
No, my head.
80. I'm going to 87.
So you really like being over here. You don't you would like to go anywhere else in the sense, any other ashram or something.
You see, this is not the question. The question is that wherever you are, you bring your mind with you. Suppose I go in an ashram, we will say anything. There's no point of changing. It's like a spider. You put it anywhere, it puts his net. The same net. It's the same. So there's no point of changing. You have the same friend, the same enemy, the same problem. By and by, everything gets recreated. No point of changing it. Everything is in your mind, projection of your mind. I eat sattvic rice.
Do you cook your own meal?
Yeah, I cook my own. Rice and vegetables. Evening, it depends. Usually, I take very light in the evening. If I'm really hungry, I make some kind of roti with baking powder. If I'm really hungry. If not, I just take tea and biscuit. Or sometimes I have also, these soups they have in the West. Something about this, so I make a sort of picture. Evening is very light, and on fruit. Evening is very light.
And how many hours do you spend in sadhana?
It's difficult to say, you see.
You become a sannyasi, right?
Hmm?
You are a sannyasi.
I had not taken official sannyas, but Ma gave me on several occasions with her own hand the characters.
Okay.
So I consider it as sannyas. Well, you know, the disciple of Ramakrishna, they didn't take sannyas.
Right.
So Thakur once came, gave them to each a colored cloth, and they took Thakur and Ma gave me them. And she considered me as a sannyasi in a talk.
So how many hours do you spend in
Okay. First, I would say I don't make account with God. I don't take account. And the thing difficult to say, oh, you know what I do. Before going to sleep, I start meditation. Because then I go to sleep. It means the night I wake several times, again start meditation. In the early morning, before getting up, I do again meditation. And when I start for good, then I do sitting meditation. You follow? So it's difficult to take meditation. And japa I do. Japa is all. She is everywhere. No, but you know, still I have one photo. Face to me, another connection. When I want something, I ask to the photo.
Thank you so much, Swami. I have to work again with you and Kabir. Thank you and please bless us.
So, very nice.